This has been a topic for a while now, and yeah, there's some emotions that are moving with this. I I am somewhat nervous by the idea, and
Welcome back to Holding Emotional Space for Each Other. I'm Uma. I'm your host for the Emotional Literacy Unlocked series. And Dominic is a colleague of mine. He's mentoring in one of my shamanic training classes. He's a breath worker. My colleague Dominic and I are holding spaces for each other to feel deeper into what's going on in our lives at the moment. You're invited to be a witness. You're invited to feel into yourself and see where's your resistance or where are your triggers, and to take away something from the spaces that we hold for each other. Because I think what we're doing here is an educational content where we're making ourselves vulnerable for you to take something away from that, to put it into your own relationships. And we hope that you gain something from our vulnerable experiences. If you want to comment, please, healthy, acknowledging comments are welcome, and putting your triggers onto us is not. Now, this is the second video. In the first video, Dominic held space for me, and now I am returning the favor. We both have our own styles, and you will take away different things from our styles. Okay, Dominic, dear, in what do you want to dive today? What can I hold space for?
hmm, yes, I already feel something moving in my body, or maybe rather not moving right now, like a little knot in my solar plexus. And in the last few days, I like a topic has been rising. Um, it has something to do with commitment in relationship with my partner. We have been talking about next steps, maybe children, getting a dog, so basically growing the family. And this has been a topic for a while now. And yeah, there's some emotions that are moving with this. I I am somewhat nervous by the idea, and yeah, don't really know what to make out, how to understand this, how to open up the topic for myself.
Where's your nervousness, solar plexus?
I feel a
Bill?
knot there right now, but let's see what else is there. There's something in my heart for sure. There's like a almost like a vibration when I tune in, and there's something in my throat. It's also a bit closed
Hmm.
in my throat.
Okay. Can you describe the rest of your body for me? Can you feel your feet? Can you feel your seat?
Hmm. I can notice that my feet, almost like my toes, they're a little bit lifted. So like my connection to the ground is not 100% there, tuning into that. And also my seat is not very relaxed. There's like some tension.
Yeah. So I was asking Dominic that because that's what was physically in my body, that there is the little grounding in his body right now, and I just wanted to check up on that while I don't forget his symptoms. So now that we know there is little grounding, I would love for you to pick one of the areas that was showing up before and maybe breathe into that and feel into that and describe that a little bit more.
Okay, what's showing most is my solar plexus.
Yeah.
Gonna be tuning in. I feel like it's almost like my solar plexus is like too far forward, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And it's like there's pressure on it. It wants to balance a little bit. It wants to go back, like realign a little bit. If I'm breathing into it, I feel actually what's more interesting is like a different area. It's like for more my heart space going up to the throat right now.
So all of that is starting with a nervousness and with you not knowing how to approach that topic, right?
Mhm.
Hmm. Right now we're in the body sensations. And I would like to stay there and not even mention any emotions except if they're coming up. And at the same time, I would like to give you a word to take into your solar plexus and see what's happening. Would that be okay for you?
Mhm.
Then I would like to give you the word freedom.
Hmm. Interesting.
Can you
Okay.
describe what's happening?
There's a lot of resonance with that.
Yeah.
Lot of resonance. So it's relaxing with the word freedom. It's finding more space, kind of like to the sides, to the front,
How's your grounding?
much better.
Awesome.
Also, I feel like the nervous energy towards like rising up, like it's settling more, settling back down.
So without ignoring, I'm still have in my mind that your heart and your throat are also active, and we're not forgetting that. I would love, because there's so much going on, and this word freedom was really shouting at me. I would love for us to take the detour into the word freedom.
Yeah.
Can you breathe into the freedom? Where is it in your body right now? Is there a space for it, or is it just the general concept feeding you?
Whew. Gee.
Right.
Yeah, that's some crazy, crazy. Well, thank you already. Um, so something opened up in my solar plexus with that word, and that I guess really what was missing before. And now it's like there's like a relaxation happening in my hips. I really felt like a rush of fresh energy moving through my hips. It's kind of like cold and warm at the same time.
Would you be willing to go into this concept of freedom in your life when you think of the topic of getting closer in the relationship and getting a dog and kids?
Yeah. In what way though?
I don't know, whatever it does to you, what comes up? How is your freedom
What
when you
come?
think of the future in that regard?
Hmm. how's my freedom? I feel like what is coming up is like old story, old ways of behaving. And it's like I guess there hasn't been enough space for me to really feel into what I wanted because of feeling needs and expectations from the outside too much. And this has been related to the way that I grew up, I guess. So like already past experiences are coming up in my mind.
Yeah. What's that doing to your body and your emotional state?
I felt like a cold behind my hips, kind of like in my Kreuzbein. I don't know what that place is in English. And tuning into it, there was also like a,
Coxix.
okay, very good.
Yes.
And and a shaking in my jaw.
Hmm.
It was just like a flattering shaking in my jaw. Something to do with my voice.
Ooh. How is your voice regarding freedom from your experience in your life so far? Was your freedom readily available in your family and accepted as part of you? Oh, we're having fun.
Yeah. Just like a soft chuckle. Not really. I this is also like a recent development. Like my throat was always very noticeably like blocked. And recently it's like about finding my voice again. And yeah, I guess I always felt like I wasn't heard and received
Mm.
with my needs, with what I wanted. I didn't feel like it mattered.
Mm. And since you're an intelligent and sensible man, I bet you know if there is a dog or kids, they take their needs will take priority over your own needs. I bet this will
Yes.
be very present in your system.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea of how to handle a situation like that? If you have a need and it's contrary to the child's need, and then you have to what?
hmm I have probably need to prioritize somebody else's need over mine. And thank you. I already see that I have been doing this for most of my life, putting others' needs in front of my own,
Yep.
but not necessarily because I wanted to, but also because I learned that I needed to do this.
Yeah. I'm keeping with the solution-oriented, action-based questions here. One part because that's how men's brains are trained, and they're always happy if they find a solution. And on the other hand, because if we feel capable and able to handle a situation, it feels differently in our body. So, with everything that you learned, with breath work, with coaching, with all of your life experience, inside and outside of healing, what are the solutions that you would have if there was a need of you and a need of someone else, and you would have to prioritize that need first?
Of course, it's possible to do this. It's possible to hold a certain space for the need, acknowledge the need in my body, then keeping keeping this information with myself, it's almost like the inner council again, where there's different demands. I'm temporarily placing something on a higher priority, like some other demand, and keeping this for later. Okay, I hear you. There's no space for this right now, but there's going to be space for that later.
Mhm.
This would be a way to deal with this, to know it's there, to acknowledge it, and to kind of like give this need a space, like so that it knows that it's going to be taken care of.
Mhm. Yeah. So that means right now, with all the knowledge you have, you actually would have a working solution for a future situation where you would have to prioritize someone else's need. How are you handling this exact situation right now? Because what I heard you say, this is so my thought process is I heard you say that you took care of other people in your life for a long time. Are you at the moment still doing that, prioritizing other people? And are you implementing what you already know you could do with your own needs?
Interestingly, I notice when I'm taking care more, when I give my own needs more space, um, I feel more relaxed about this option of expanding the family. So that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm back in Germany. I'm not prioritizing myself so much, and I'm feeling, oh, it's the space is getting tighter. Ooh, very interesting, very good information. Thanks
Yeah.
for directing me there.
Yeah.